Welcome back, learners. Today we are tackling one of the most challenging part of IELTS examination, that is IELTS listening section, where exactly you will have 30 minutes to answer 40 questions. So mastering the IELTS listening test can be a daunting task, but you need not to worry. We are here to share all the essential strategies that can conquer this crucial task with confidence. So without further ado, let's get started. I am 𝐒𝐿TS, your IELTS expert, and you are watching PW IELTS Prep. Now it's time to understand the basics. First, let us understand the format and the question that we are going to have. So here in IELTS listening section, overall you will have 25 to 30 minutes. And in these 30 minutes, you will be listening to 4 different audios. All these 4 sections will have total 40 questions. Means each section will have 10 questions. Not only this, you also need to understand the question type. So there are 6 different type of questions that you will see at the time of your exam. Now it's time to understand this section in detail for better understanding. Section 1, where you'll be listening to a conversation between 2 people, that to an everyday social context. Maybe they are asking you to fill up the form or registering themselves for something or inquiring about taking admission. Whereas the section 2 is gonna be a monologue or an announcement where only one speaker will be speaking. Either he'll be announcing something or she'll be giving direction. Based on that, you will have 10 questions. In section 3, it is all about the conversation or a discussion, and that too up to 4 people. So here you will be listening to a discussion, and that to an academic one, where you will find that students are discussing on their academic topic. Maybe they are talking about the problem that they are finding or they are facing while solving the question, or maybe while attempting the seminar. So this discussion will be going on. So here not only you need to understand who is saying what, but also you need to keep their name in mind, and based on this conversation, again you will have 10 questions. Last but not the least, the section 4, where you will be listening to a detailed academic lecture. So only one speaker, or I would say the professor, will give you or introduce you any academic topic, and based on that you will have again 10 questions. So as I've already mentioned in my previous lecture, that in IELTS, after every section the difficulty level increases. So here also, as you will have 4 sections, you will find that initially 2 sections are comparatively easier than the other 2, whereas the section 4 gonna be the most difficult one. Not only this, you will also see that the section 1, section 2 and section 3 will not ask you to solve all 10 questions together. Means all these 10 questions are divided into 2 parts. Whereas the section 4 will ask you to solve all the 10 questions at a stretch. Another point that you need to keep in mind, you will have no chance to replay all these audios. Well, many of us would like to have this chance where we can, replay the audio, but unfortunately in IELTS you will not get that. So make sure you are listening very actively, and if you have skipped something, unfortunately, move on. Not only this, you also need to make yourself familiarized with a different accent, because as IELTS is the international examination, so you will not only be listening the US, maybe UK or Australian or American accent. So make yourself familiar with that. Well, all these audios are unnatural. What I mean here? Well, when I say all these audios are unnatural, so means that they are deliberately recorded so that a student can easily understand what they are talking and they can answer the question. Not only this, the PBT students, those who are going to take their pen and paper test, will have the advantage to transfer their answer after their examination. Once you are done with your IELTS listening section, they will be provided extra 10 minutes. From there, they can actually transfer their answer into the answer sheet. But you don't worry, CBT also, there you will get extra 2 minutes to understand all these spellings and the format that you have typed. Now here, all these 4 sections will ask you to listen for specific things. As I have mentioned, the section 1 will have the conversation, section 2 will have the announcement, section 3 will have the discussion, and the section 4 will have the lecture. So all these sections will ask you to listen for main ideas, will ask you to listen for detailed information, opinions, attitude and purposes. And just the dream score 7. Make sure out of these 40 questions, you should have at least 30 right answers. Now talking about the question type, so the very first question type, you will see that there are note, form, table, flowchart completion. Again, all these completion questions will come in the form of fill in the blanks, where you will be asked to type or write the answer. So whenever you are typing and writing the answer, you need to keep in mind that you have to follow the instruction. Here, the instruction plays a very important role, because here you will not only be told that how many words you are supposed to write, but also you will be introduced to the format. Let's suppose in the instruction they have mentioned write down the letter. So make sure you are writing the letter, not the entire answer. Or sometimes the instruction will instruct you that okay, you should have only 2 words limit, or do write no more than 2 words. So make sure you are writing either 1 word or 2 words. If you are writing anyhow the 3 words, or you are exceeding the word limit, you will not be able to get a marks for that. Same as when the instruction says write no more than 3 words and or a number, so make sure you are following the word limit and the given format. Either you can write down the 3 words, or you can write the single number, or maybe words and number all together. But yes, anyhow you should not go beyond that. Sometimes you will be given instruction like that you may write only 1 word or a number. So here also you need to keep in mind either you can write a word or a number. So here make sure that you're reading the instruction carefully and understanding the format the way they are asking you to write your answer. Now another thing, right, and one of the most interesting thing, most of the time students says, ma'am, how to write answers in the answer sheet or how to type the answers. So the answer for this particular question is always follow the capital letters. Now there is a specific reason for it. In the IELTS listening test, you will be listening to the audios, reading to the question and writing to the answers will happen all at the same time. When you are doing all these 3 things at the same time, so possibilities that maybe you are nervous or maybe you feel bit anxiety. So just because of that, you may do some silly mistakes where you are not writing in a proper manner. For example, if the answer is Mr. Gibson, so here Mr. Gibson, M should be capital and J should be capital. But maybe in hurry or maybe just because of the stress, we may forget or we may do these errors where we are not mentioning the capital letter. So just to avoid all these silly errors and keep you at the safer side, we always suggest our student to write everything in the capital letter. Right? So from the very first day, we want you to just mention and do practice where you are writing everything in a capital letter. Now before attempting the question, the very first thing that you need to do is to look at the instructions. You will always be given 30-second time so that you can read your instructions and look at the question types. So accordingly, you can use your time and prepare yourself. Talking about some other rules, so here IELTS never test for construction. So o'clock, don't, they are, you are, she is, these cannot be the answer ever. Even the hyphenated words are counted as a single word. So as I mentioned that you need to have a very close eye on the word limit on the instruction. So make sure whenever you are writing the answer, writing as per the limit, or whenever you are writing the word with the hyphen, so that word will count as a 1 number only. There are other tips also that you need to keep in mind, which we will be following. Also look for the distractors. Whenever you are listening to the audios, you may find that you are getting the answers quite easily, but this may be a trap or a distractor for you. So make sure as soon as you are getting your answer, you are not done. Keep on listening. From the very first line to the last line, you need to be an active listener so that you can see, well, further they are not changing the information. So be an active listener. Well, talking about one of the question type called multiple choice, where most of the students have problems. So why do they have this problem? Let us discuss. Well, in the multiple choice question, you will be having a statement, and based on that statement, you will have 3 to 4 possible answers. So most of the time, students do think that, okay, this is one of the section where I need to just focus on these listening audios and I will get the answer automatically. But here, let me tell you, just to make this bit challenging, the speaker is going to explain all the 4 given points. It's just that you need to read the question so well. So here not only your listening skills but also your reading skills will be evaluated. That how well you are reading to the question and understanding the information that you need to take out from the audio. So make sure you are reading properly to get the right answers out. Well, last but not the least, use English when thinking. One of the important guidelines is widely accepted by linguistics. Learning a language is added by thinking in the same language or in the English language. Well, many English language learners attempt to mentally translate everything. Kindly avoid this. Translate has 2 primarily challenges. First, it's slower to start. Secondly, you forget English and recall your native tongue. So, whether you are a newbie or looking forward to enhance your IELTS listening score, so for that, stay tuned for some game-changing techniques that can help you to boost up your score. Thank you so much. See you again in the next video.